Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Senior Estate Concierge Central Chapter. I'm Gail Stolzenberg, leader for the chapter, and Bill Graff is the founder. Unfortunately, Bill Graff is down with COVID right now, and so he decided not to come to be with us, but this started out about 3 years ago, and so I'm going to show you the quick introduction here and turn it over to the co-leader, Stephen King. Stephen?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Glad to see everybody here today. Well, what we always talk about is, why are we here? We want to be a resource for seniors or their children that need help, so they understand what kind of availability there is. I gotta figure out the clicker.
Right side.
Right side. That one?
One more.
One more. There we go.
You're on.
Our why, because we care about seniors and their families. Our mission is to bridge the gaps in senior services today. Most seniors don't know what they need or which they need at which point in time. We want to be the preferred, trusted, all-in-one senior services resource and solutions organization. We want to provide caring, connected organization of trusted resources and solutions for seniors, their families, dealing with life changes and challenges. What we are. We're semi-exclusive. We have 2 categories of providers per group, and for senior services, solutions, whatever they may need. We all collaborate amongst each other to help each other find the best way to service different people. So if someone calls me and they need someone that I don't have an option for because I'm a Medicare agent, then I have someone I know I can call or give them numbers to several people. What we are not, we're not your traditional business networking group. We're not here to network amongst each other. We're here to learn what each other does so we can be a resource for them when someone calls. But we're not 1 member per category, we're 2. But we are exclusive. We have several different groups around town. We'll have 5 before the end of the year in all areas of the city. We're not a chamber of commerce, and we are definitely not a social club. There's a list of all our members.
Member introduction.
And so at this moment, we're going to take time and have our members introduce themselves. Miss Ashley?
Do I need to come
Yeah, thank you.
there? Okay.
So here's where you stand.
Awesome. Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Grantham and I am the Business Development Director for Brookdale Senior Living. My district is the West and Southwest Division, so I help support 6 communities on the west and southwest side. However, if you do have clients that you're working with at different Brookdale communities or that may be interested in those communities, I'm happy to connect you with those proper resources. We have independent living, memory care, and assisted living. The specific community that you're in right now is a type A assisted living and memory care. Our memory care is full right now, but we do have availability in our assisted living. If you guys ever have any questions or need anything, I do have all the resources you need, so you can always reach out to me. I also offer a CEU once a month, so if you need those CEU credits or you're a nurse, you have friends that need those credits, it's a virtual series that I do once a month, and you can contact me for that information. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Nicole Thompson. I work with Family Tree Private Care with Miss Carla. At Family Tree Private Care, we do have caregivers, we have in-house skilled nursing, and we have care management, which is what I do. I've only been there about 3 weeks, so I'm slightly new.
Hello, I'm Angie Galatas with promotion for that so you can avoid chronic diseases and also help with navigating a lot of different chronic diseases and that lead to you having difficulty down the line. So that's me.
Good morning, I'm Joel Berry. I'm an independent insurance broker for almost 32 years now. I specialize in life and long-term care insurance. By being independent, it gives me the freedom to work with numerous insurance companies so I can shop around for my clients and find the best product for them. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Beverly Mattern and I'm an interior designer and I help seniors that are trying to stay in their homes or either they're downsizing, and I help them with space planning and organization and also do staging if they want to resell their homes. And I just overall just create a beautiful environment for them to just live out their golden years.
Good morning. I'm Alan Berger with Financial Flexibility Services, and my specialty is to help seniors who want to stay in their homes but are concerned about running out of money, that there is a way that I can help them find the funds so they can stay in their home and age gracefully. What I do for this group is that virtually everybody in this group is working with a senior, and if that homeowner wants to use your services but can't afford it or thinks they can't afford it, then I look for an opportunity to educate that senior that they have the money to use our services. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Barry Crispin, and I am a partner at Sacred Choice Funeral Home. And we specialize in burial, cremation services, prearrangements, and in really educating the community so they know about funeral and the questions to ask and any additional information. Thank you for having me, and it's so good seeing everyone today.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Debbie, and I'm with Pack and Send, and we specialize in moving seniors, either downsizing their homes or moving them into an assisted living facility. We have been approved by most facilities in the communities in Houston, and all of our people are vaccinated against COVID. We do safety procedures, and we work with the families. We help them with downsizing. If they want to ship any of their loved items to other family members, we can handle that, as well as the moving and sometimes even trash disposal. So, as we say, give us the address, we'll do the rest. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Carla Bauer with Family Tree Private Care, and I'm a care manager at Family Tree. Family Tree provides an entire scope of services, all the way from caregiving services to skilled nursing services to the care management services. In the care management area, you'll be learning more about that later. We pull together and coordinate care for people and kind of pick up all the loose ends to make things better.
Good morning. Okay. That's right there. Okay. Why? Good morning, everybody. I am Christian. Everybody knows that I'm talking about my name when I say that. Okay, I'm with 101 Mobility, accessibility and mobility solutions for seniors or anyone with mobility challenges. Everything from a grab bar in the bathroom to an elevator, including any type of lift. Stair lift, wheelchair lift, patient lift, ceiling lift, pool lift. If it has the word lift in it, we probably do it. Ramps, bathroom mobility, things of this nature. Again, this is Christian with 101 Mobility.
Thank you. I forgot to do mine. Stephen King, King Insurance Services and Senior Health Services. I work with seniors for their Medicare. If you know someone turning 65 and they're confused what to do, then I'm the one they need to call. There's a lot of things that they need to do. If they wanna work past 65, they don't have to sign up for Medicare. I'll walk them through what to do there. Again, Stephen King, Senior Health Services. What? Did you do your intro?
I didn't do an intro.
Well, come on, have to do one. Sorry about that. You were talking so much.
So, Gail Stolzenberg, senior wellness consultant, helping seniors and their families live longer, healthier lives. Now, there's three things involved in longevity. You'll probably say nutrition and exercise, but the most important thing is work. Being active, having accomplishments. Instead of feeling worthless, being able to help other people be successful. Keeping your mind active. My wife does puzzles. I work on memory improvement. I never use notes when I give a presentation. So if you're interested in wanting to help and improve your senior's memory and longevity, Gail at GailStolzenberg.com. Your health is your wealth. Thank you.
We have several chapters around the city. We call them chapters, organizations. We're trying to cover all the corners. This is central, and we'll currently have northwest, southwest, which is the Sugar Land area. Northwest is Cypress. Southeast, League City area, Pearland, and then, of course, like I said, this is our central chapter. We're having all members meeting at the last Tuesday of the month? Tuesday, the last Tuesday of the month. Fourth Tuesday of the month, and everyone is available to come. Right now, I'd like to introduce our speaker today, Carla Bauer with Family Tree Cares. She's a BSN in nursing since '81. She's worked in different areas. She's currently the care manager. She used her nursing background to assist clients and families to navigate the maze. I didn't read this ahead of time. She understands your challenges, and she's always looking for solutions to help people. She's 7 children, 9 grandchildren, and a very patient husband. I like that one. Several years back, she did skydiving.
Wow.
Interesting. That's a good one. So, all these adventures will give her the ability to help people. And with that, I'm going to bring up Carla.
Thank you.
Right side.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here and to just kind of review with you what a care manager does. Ooh, that's not showing up so well, is it? So, care management, I don't think you could read it. I like to think of care management as a kaleidoscope of services. How many of you know what a kaleidoscope is? Did you used to use one as a kid? So, in a kaleidoscope, there's little pieces that if you're looking at those pieces individually, they don't look like anything. But when you look through the magnifying glass and look through the eyepiece, it becomes a beautiful design. And when we start with clients, their kaleidoscope often looks like this, very gray, very drab, very sharp, crooked, and it doesn't really have very much beauty in it. We hope to pull together the pieces for them in a way that allows it to be more beautiful and more effective for them. A care manager provides advice, advocacy, support, resources, practical help. I was speaking with someone earlier and talking about caring for my own loved ones. That really was one of the things that motivated me to do what I do. Took care of my own mama, my own daddy, my father-in-law, and then my mother-in-law lived with us for 7 years. So we went through all the maze of things that the clients that we help went through. We understand it from a personal side, but what happens is every family that goes through it, most of them are going through it for the first time, and they learn by trial and error, and when they finish their journey with their loved ones, they know what they should have known at the beginning. Well, we can come alongside and offer to them that knowledge that they need at the beginning before they have to go through all of that. A care manager serves as a liaison, and that's one of the most important roles that we have. We match the client's need with the services that are available to them in the community, and we're aware of the resources that they may not be aware of. A care manager tries to identify and utilize the different community resources to provide the very best outcome, and that's partly where we come in here at the Senior Estate Concierge. You all are such a big part of the resources that we provide as care managers. In the Estate Concierge, I have probably worked with 10 to 12 different providers for different services with our clients, and it's so wonderful to know that you have somebody who's trusted and respected and who's going to do the right thing for a family. It's just something that brings a lot of peace to the work you do. A care manager also helps to support the client in their decision making. They often need help with research or education to understand their diagnosis or their options, or even the services in the community that they need. And often they need somebody to talk through things with them. So that's a part of what we do, is just provide that support to help that decision be made. Some of the more specific services we provide, and you'll recognize yourselves in this list, help with home safety. We might go in and just find simple things like a rail for the bed or a bench for the bathroom, but the client might need a home modification. So we go all the way from simple to complex. We help them to find needed medical supplies that go beyond the Medicare options. Sometimes a client is sent home and everybody's offered, you know, a commode and a walker, but when they get home they find out that they have other needs, or the commode and walker they got doesn't fit their situation. So we try to get creative and help them find the resources that will truly help them. We also help people find a lot of mobile services in their home. Clients get home, they're disabled, they're in a new normal, they don't want to go in and out, but they still need care, so they don't want to go in and out for labs and different things. And so we can get those services at home. Labs drawn, the podiatrist, dental, even vision services are available now at home, and we can help connect them with those things. A lot of clients need wheelchair transport services where they didn't before. They don't own a wheelchair van, but they no longer can get transported, you know, they can't get in and out of the car, so we can get that for them easily. And then of course we have unique services, medical massage therapists that work wonders for some of our clients, or chefs for seniors, which is one of our members here. One of the big picture items that a care manager does is we provide coordination of care. So we develop relationships with all the different teams that are working with a family and a client, so that the client's outcome is more coordinated and it's in their best interest. A lot of times clients that I've worked with have doctors from 2, 3, and 4 different systems, from St. Luke's, from Baylor, from UT Health, from Methodist, from Memorial Hermann. I mean, and all of those people aren't talking. They don't see their information in the medical system. And the family member and the client don't really understand what they need to communicate with those different providers. We can come together, you know, pull those pieces together. Had a client that was seeing people in 4 different systems. She had 8 or 9 different specialists when I started with her, and she was getting the same lab work drawn every week or every other week for all the different doctors, and she was anemic because she truly was having way too much blood drawn. We were able to find out what everybody needed, get one blood draw, and then I could get that information to everyone. It was really beneficial, and that's just one small example. We help with hospital discharges. I don't know how many of you have been a part of a hospital discharge in the last 6 to 8 months, maybe even the last year. They have become less and less effective in their discharge abilities. I think they have less staff to actually provide that service. I find clients going home with basic needs not met, basic things not covered. And so going into that hospital discharge situation with the client, kind of as a protective measure for them. We can communicate with everyone at every level and make sure that they're getting what they need. What clients are good for care management? Sometimes that's a question I receive from you all as service providers. So somebody who has a changing dynamic, who was at home and fairly independent and went in and had a fall or a hip surgery or some other surgery, and they've had coming home to a new normal, they often benefit from having a care manager, even if it's just for those first few weeks or months to pull all those pieces together. A client where the family or support system is not present. We have a lot of clients who the loved ones, the children, live in another state. The client is here. The client becomes ill, needs more help. The family can't just, lots of them are still working. They can't stop their job and move here. Mom and dad don't want to move to another state if they don't have to, so they need somebody present here. So we are that presence for them. Another example of someone who's a good care management client is someone who's facing a complex diagnosis or has that multidisciplinary team, people who have many people to interface with and they need help with coordination. Another example is a client whose family or care team is simply overwhelmed or exhausted. Some of our clients have been ill and dealing with different things for months, and the family has been 24/7 on call for this loved one. And they get to a point where they're not functioning. They're not thinking well, they're not feeling well, and they themselves are beginning to struggle and suffer. Sometimes they just need us to come alongside and support them, pull together some of those answers for them, provide the information and the support they need to help them get through as well. I love to tell our clients and families that they need to be the family member. I can't be the daughter, only they can be the daughter. I can't be the spouse, only the spouse can be the spouse. So I can do all those little pieces of care and gathering information and let them still be that family member to their loved one. I wanted to do a quick review of the difference between a care manager and a case manager, because I have found repeatedly that people are often confused between the two. A case manager is usually a nurse or a social worker, whereas a care manager can come from a very wide background. Care management is not licensed in the same way as nursing or social work, and you can get certifications and things like that, but you can come from other backgrounds, psychology, gerontology, and other fields where you have the experience to do it. Personally, I have my nursing background, and Nicole, who works with Family Tree, she has a social work background. But care managers do come from a variety of backgrounds. A care manager is employed privately by the client, and that's really important. Whereas a case manager is employed by an agency or organization. A case manager is employed by the insurance company or the hospital or the facility, the nursing home. That really changes their goal, what they do, what they focus on, how they manage. A care manager, the client defines the scope of work based on what they choose. The family and the client give input, and they tell us what they would like us to do, what they need, and we direct our care by what they want. That's not true with a case manager. Case managers are wonderful and they're needed and they do their best, but they don't work for the client. A case manager at a nursing home facility does not work for the client. Who do they work for? They work for the facility. A case manager at the hospital, who do they work for? The hospital. A case manager with an insurance company, who do they work for? They work for the insurance company. So in the long run, their goals have to be what the goal of their employer is. So it's governed by an organization. So their goals and what they can do are governed by policies and regulations, not by what the client asks for. Okay, so I'm missing a part. So the overall benefits of care management are that most clients do that trial and error, and we can come alongside and save them both time and money. We can find the best option for them at usually the least cost, and we can do that more quickly. Most clients and families are unaware in medical appointments of the details that they miss when they go. That's another huge area that we provide a lot of support. So clients and family members, as their care becomes more complex, we can transport to the appointment, go with the client to the appointment, help them to ask the right questions, provide the right information, provide coordination of care, and then we can provide the family with a very thorough, detailed visit summary that helps them to stay connected to what's happening with their loved one. They can be on the phone with us, while we're in the visit, or they can come with us. But we have found that this happens to me a lot. This happened to me yesterday. I was with a client and was taking the client to a medical visit with his cardiologist, which is one of the leading cardiologists in the med center. And as I'm helping the client understand what the doctor is saying, and as I'm asking the doctor about different options and possibilities and that the client and I have talked through, and we're going through all of that, and we're talking about next steps and when would we have the next procedures and what testing schedule would we be on, and just all these different things, the doctor stops and he says, I need one of you for my care. And he was joking, but he wasn't, and he asked for a card, and he said, you know what, everybody needs this kind of support in medical appointments. They need this kind of help to make it more effective for them. And of course, I would agree. But it was really an honor to have that cardiologist say that. So because of our experience, we know what to ask, what to watch for, and it does result in overall better care. Oh, this is the other slide I thought I missed. Okay, I'm sorry, it's out of order. Well, that's talking about care managers and case managers. I'll fix that when I get home. So the overall goal for a care manager is to promote better quality of life, maintain independence to the highest possible extent, to improve communication among all those involved in the care, ensure the client's needs are met, and that the client's goals are achieved, and to provide education to the client and the family. Whereas the case manager's overall goal is the client's health status, but it's also to be cost effective for the agency and to promote the agency's goals and system. And we're hoping that instead of that drab, chunky design that you saw at the beginning, that at the end, that we will have a more beautiful picture. And I'd just like to share a couple of things. I have a client that, I'm gonna try not to get teary-eyed, but I have a client who I've been working with when she had an emergency colon resection and had to have an ostomy. Then she had setbacks with being able to get the ostomy reversed because there were things in the medical system that weren't working together. People weren't communicating. The family called me in, and I was able to pull together the pieces for her, coordinate the different service providers, get the ostomy reversal set up for her, walk her through that healing process. Her goal was she had to postpone a trip with lifelong friends. This individual is nearly 80 years old. She has a group of college friends that she normally meets with every year in Florida. She had to cancel that trip twice, once for the original resection, and then when the reversal didn't happen and she was more ill than she thought, she canceled it again, and her whole group of friends canceled with her. And this morning I got a picture of her standing on the beach in Florida. Huge smile on her face, and she said, thank you so much for getting me here. I could have never done it without you. And I have that story repeated over and over again. It's such a joy to be able to see people come from a place of feeling overwhelmed and hopeless, come alongside and put those pieces together for a picture that is more beautiful.
That's what it is. Thank you, Bob. We have one more introduction.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, Shirley, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You can cut it short.
So, by the way, I'm so sorry I came in late. My name is Lori Ferris, and I help families figure out what to do next, and which leads me to the point that everyone wants to stay home, trying to figure out how to have them stay home. And like what Troy and I do is we don't get paid unless they go somewhere. We work for free. So, but often people really like to talk to me. And even when they're staying home, like, can I have a caregiver? And then, then they don't like the caregiver, so then they call us back. 5 different care managers, and Carla and I have done over a dozen of these together, because it gives, she's an expert on the flow of what's happening out there, and I feel like I'm an expert on communities and trying to make a fit. So often she's with clients who will call me, and she'll call me and say, these people are ready to look for a place. She's gonna stay on as their care manager, but you know, she defers to me for my expertise, just like when I'm talking to someone and they're so overwhelmed in all the pieces, you know, I refer them to Carla, and you know, often they stay home and they're Carla's client, or you know, we kind of work together. So my question, just because it's a family tree question, and I kind of have fallen in this moment with Carla, is before I used to refer just directly to Carla. And then Carla, of course, uses caregivers to supplement with family tree. But is it best to call family tree and say this is a care manager thing? Or you, and then you do the, like I knew how it worked with your old company, I'm not
Right.
sure.
So, you can do either one. If you call me directly, and I'll make sure that either myself or Nicole is assigned and follows through.
Mhm.
If you call the office and say that's a care management client, they're gonna gather the basic information and they'll pass that to me as well. So either way works,
And
whatever way
if I
works
was
for
to
you.
give the name to a client,
You can do either one.
Okay,
They
okay.
just need to know when they call, if
Yeah,
the
they-
goal is care management, they should say that, because.
yeah, they get all mixed up on the lingo, you know,
Yes,
but
and if you call the main office, they're gonna presume that you're calling for
For
caregiving,
caregiving.
unless you say, I was referred to you all for care management.
No, but it's a good presentation, because Angie and I are working with a client right now. She's supposedly supposed to be doing the medical, you know, the doctor's appointments and the medical, but it's gotten to such an emotional state, because they're both out of town, that they need so much support in so many other ways. So, you know, I think it's really important. People think it's like, oh, just to accompany people to doctor's appointments or to coordinate it. It's so much more, and you become really invested because you really care about this person,
Yes.
and you're doing so many things, like buying a birthday present for their nephew. You know what I'm saying? Like doing all these stuff that doesn't really have anything to do with it, but it's part of their life, and you're kind of their person, you know? So
That is a very perfect way to describe it. You do become their person. It's, lots of times people say that a care manager is like an adopted family member, and
Right.
that's really true. You can't do this, you know, on a stiff sort of, you know, proper sort of basis, because you're
but I
caring
think it's
for
really important
people's
because it
closest
does tie all the pieces together, and then they're very good at like using the expertise of, you know, the people in this group to fill in the blanks.
Yes.
You know, Angie and I are going through this right now, where it's open enrollment, the insurance they're with is ridiculous, and so I'm like, okay, we'll talk to Stephen King,
Yeah.
you know, the next time we're in a meeting, because October, we gotta change this, we're like, it's insanity, so, you know, it's like very important that all these pieces come together.
Yes, absolutely.
One question. At the beginning of your presentation, you mentioned that Family Tree also offers home modifications.
We don't offer home modifications. We connect with people who provide
Okay.
them, like yourself.
Okay, I was a
We
little
refer
surprised,
to-
but then I went back to your website, I couldn't find that.
No.
And
they're
they're
also
also
those were
selling, they're
examples.
selling Medicare, and they're.
Thank
Got
you
it,
for
got it.
clarifying. So what I was saying is those are services that I connect people with. That's that liaison, that connector. So that's why you all are so important. You're some of my, you know, best referral sources, where I can provide referrals to people and know that they're in the good hands.
Thank you.
Let's give Carl a big hand. Carl, I thought that was a holograph, and I stared at it for a long time.
Did it come out at you?
Thank you again. So, we've got quick open discussion here. Everybody happy with meeting on the second Tuesday and at this time? Okay, good, solved that one now. And the location, we're settled with that. Okay. Most important question, is who you're gonna invite. We had 7 visitors sign up for today. Who are you going to invite to the next meeting? That'll be October the 11th, and the speaker will be Christian on October the 11th. That says 12, but it really means the 11th there. So let us know when you would like to speak, either Stephen or myself. Couple of events I want to let you know about. Number one is that tomorrow it's the largest networking event, and as she said, we're not a networking group, but we have to meet with people to generate our referrals, and one of the ways that you do that is with a networking group. The largest networking group, it's over 500 right now, event. Will be tomorrow, and that's the information on it there. You should have gotten that in the mail. And then one other event, there's about 200 people, and that's a luncheon today, and I'm sorry ladies, it's men only, but it's called Toolbox Ministry. It's a great event to attend and make contacts with. Have all of you received the information on the Better Business Bureau Awards and Fair? They're still looking for individuals to participate, so be sure that you make contact with Bill Graff on that. And we just announced what the next chapter meeting was going to be, and I'm going to turn it over to Stephen Kane to close out here, sir.
All right, thank you. Before I do close out, I'd like Lori to come up and give a quick talk about her introduction, but also about Twilight.
Barry, come over. Okay, he wants me to say who I am into this camera.
So we can.
Next to the table, a little
Okay.
bit back.
I'm Lori Ferris, and I'm with Senior Living Specialist. I help families navigate the maze of senior living communities. So, just a quick other announcement, and it has something to do with one of our members, is there's an Alzheimer's walk on November 5th, and Belmont Village, Kim is leading up a Belmont Village team. I'm a member.
Me too.
Yay! We're signed up, so it'll be fun, and it'll be fun if like Senior Estate Concierge, if you want to join the Belmont Village, it'll be fun. It's fun to be part of a big group. So we adopted this group called the Twilight Wish, and if you think about Make-A-Wish, the Twilight Wish is a national organization that was founded in New Hope, Pennsylvania, for seniors that would like a wish, like kids want to go to Disneyland, seniors maybe want to, you know, like you were saying, have their friends have an alumni, go to their alumni, or some lady just wanted a Disney party in her community, or one person wanted to go in a blimp, or, you know, they need a new walker or something, and so they apply through Twilight Wish. The wishes are granted, you know, it's either an adventure or a need or something, and they go to New Hope, they go through a board process, and then they send it back to the chapters and say, can you make this happen? So Barry, Bill, Kim Ward, and I are on the leadership committee. Barry is kind of keeping us all attached. I'm doing some PR, and Kim is community outreach, and Bill is the liaison between New Hope and us. But I mean, really, we're hoping that Bill is going to bring brochures to hand out, but we really need your help when you're out in the communities. You know, there's a few back there. So that if you're at, you know, there is a need-based thing. You know, it's not, you know, if, you know, these are people who can't afford these experiences, and there is a need-based point of this. But if you're out and you're with someone who's like, I just wish I could, you know, see my sister one more time, or, you know, you could say you can always apply to Twilight Wish, and Kim at Barry is the one who has the application, so we could get that to them. And pretty much almost everyone who applies, if the need is right, gets the wish granted. It's just that we here in Senior State Concierge are gonna make that happen. So we're gonna do some fundraisers, and plus might reach out to you if it's specifically your area to see if we can help them. Do you wanna tell about the wish that we're actually working on?
Let me go over some of the requirements
Oh, yeah.
really quickly. Must be 65 years of age or a permanent resident of an elder care facility. Legal U.S. citizenship, annual income of less than 200% of current federal government published, which right now it's 27,180 or less. History of giving back to others, which we can find a way if they volunteered or they do something in their community, we'll make it work. Must be cognitively and physically capable of communicating, experiencing the wish. And if it's something really, crazy like the wish we were about to talk to you about now, you may or may not need physician documentation that says you are able to travel. So, you can.
No, you can tell us, because Barry and I went to go meet her, so.
Yeah, so we are working with Miss Stevenson, and she would like to go to Italy to visit the place where her late husband's plane was shot down during World War II. And it's just a very, very special wish. The community there does an event commemorating her husband, and they have a plaque now on the river, and she's never been. She's 96, I believe, and
She can run circles around us.
she really could. So we're just
She
really
wound up in a bottle of wine too.
to be there. Oh, maybe next time. But we're just really excited to coordinate with not just organizations here, but the ones in Italy as well, to find them a place to stay. We'll of course take care of flight, and God willing, her son and nephew, if may go with her, and just show support. So we're really excited to make that happen.
I mean, the people in Italy don't speak any English, but I
Yeah.
speak Italian, where my husband was there, and we called, and when we said that we were trying to grant this wish, they were like freaking
Yes.
out, and they were like, we'll pick her up, we'll have dinners for her, we'll do this, they were just really excited, and I think it's gonna be great. So, actually, we made the date, it's gonna be April 29th, which is the day her husband was released, because after the plane was shot down, he was taken into a POW camp. So the day he was released from the POW camp was April 29th, which coincidentally is April 25th is the date that Italy was liberated from the war. So they're all gonna do like Liberation Week, and she's gonna be the center. I think we'll get a lot of PR. I think in Italy they'll use it as a huge PR. And so I think that, although we don't want that to be our first wish, because then everyone will think like, I want to go to the North Pole, so, we are looking for other wishes. We are officially a chapter as of last week, and so we're looking for other wishes, big, small, smaller usually. This is just the biggest wish actually, Twilight Wish has ever done, and it just happens to be our first one. So,
And it gives us time for
That's
all of
awesome.
us to come together as a chapter and grant it. So
yeah,
really
so we're gonna be looking at, we love points to go towards her flight. If anyone has extra points, even 10,000 or something, and then we're, lodging, transportation, food, and then her kids, whoever's going, will take care of their own. But it's doable, it really is. We made a budget, it's doable, we can get there, and it's just exciting, so. But we need more wishes. My kids said that, my kids both live in Italy, they're like, we'll be there. I'm like, okay.
Would you send us an email on that?
Yeah, we will, we'll send it through, now that we're getting we'll start posting on the Seniors Day Concierge, and we're gonna set up our own, Facebook page, which we'll all become members of.
And if you have organizations you'd like us to present to, let us know. We'd be happy to coordinate with them so that we can then have more wishes and more support. So thank you for your time.
Okay. You had a quick announcement you wanted to make?
Yes, please. Thank you, Steve. Very quick. So I know that Alzheimer is not a big thing that concerns so few people, that nobody here knows anyone with Alzheimer, probably. But just in case I'm wrong, okay, you have to know that the Houston Gerontological Society